What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. If you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. I try to upload new videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so check back on those days to see what I've uploaded or hit that notification bell to be notified when I do upload new videos. If you enjoyed this video by the end, please hit that like button. It really helps us out. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But as always, the information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. I am your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and today I have for you guys the surprise Diamond Select Boba Fett. This guy came out of nowhere. I mean, no leaks, no buzz, no promotional shots, no nothing. I mean, they just started appearing. I think one of the issues was that basically what's going on with the current situation with the world. You know, I believe they had intended for these figures to be park exclusives, in my opinion. I have no real hard facts on that. That's just what I feel, and the fact that many of their parks are still closed and we cannot go to them, they decided to just make them Disney store exclusives, which is why they just started popping up out of nowhere. Because the first one was found in Disney World, I believe, at one of the stores. So that's why I think they were supposed to be park exclusives, because the first one was found at Disney World, and then later on it was found out, you know, that people were finding them at the Disney stores, and then eventually it was revealed that's a Disney store exclusive, and then it was on Disney Store online, and that's where I got him. I actually also picked up the Darth Maul as well. I just could not pass it up. I mean, I figured they only released 2 so far, and they're pretty great characters, 2 of my favorites, so why not just go ahead and pick them both up. I really hope, you know, they continue with this line, because I want other figures to scale with them. But that's also one of the reasons why I bought the Maul, is because I knew he wasn't going to scale well with other figures like the Black Series, so I figured, well, might as well have another figure I can, you know, use in photography alongside with him. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm hoping he scales well next to my hyper real Darth Vader, because that'd be really cool to get some pics of them two together, you know, like Empire Strikes Back kind of vibes type of photo shoot with them, and then potentially even Vader versus Maul. I think that would be really cool. I mean, obviously you could do that with the Black Series, but I mean, you'll understand why I'm so excited to do that do those shoots with these figures. You know, they're larger scale, they're more detailed in my opinion, especially the hyper real Darth Vader, obviously. But I am rambling on and on and on, because I honestly, guys, this is one of my favorite figures. I mean, just look at how amazingly cool he looks just right there. I mean, just take a second. I mean, he's got his, and you know, I realize that the Black Series is coming out with the Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett with the flame effect and the blaster and everything, but Diamond Select just happened to beat him to the punch, and it in a great way, in my opinion, and in a different way. I mean, there's very big differences between the Black Series Boba Fett and, you know, the Diamond Select one here, and I have the other 2 Boba Fetts that I own that are Black Series that I will pull into the, you know, picture later on, so we can compare all 3 of them. But let's go ahead and look at this guy's accessories. So first and foremost, he comes with 2 pairs of hands. So the ones he comes wearing are these open gloved hands right here, just kind of like a relaxed hand. And then he also comes with 2 trigger hands, so 1 for each side. He currently has 1 of each on. Where the flamethrower goes, it's actually plugged by this little piece right here when you don't have the flame effect in, so it's very small, so you got to be careful not to lose this thing. I'm definitely going to put it in a very secure place, because I'm definitely going to be displaying him with the flame effect like so. Besides the flame effect and the blaster bolt, you also get, let me see if I can grab him, his jetpack blasts, you know, like he's blasting off or whatnot. You get 1 for each side. Now these things were incredibly hard to get out of the jetpack. They were super in there, super tight. I've heard people have tried heating up the jetpack first I just pulled on them because I just didn't want to go and find, you know, time to do that. And they came off, but they popped off very harshly. I was very afraid that I had broken the figure or had severely scratched my finger on the figure. But thankfully neither of those were true, so we came out on top on that one. But then, so as I stated, he does come with, the flame effect right here, which is very nicely done, in my opinion, especially with the little swoosh. You know, it looks like it's swooshing up. I think that's really cool. And it is pegged in a certain way right here, so you do get it the correct way every time. I like when companies do that and you don't have to be guessing like, oh, does it go this way, does it go that way. He does come with, his blaster bolt, which is very long, which is really nice because, like you saw, it kind of like shoots off camera, which I really like for toy photography. So I really enjoy that part too. And lastly, he comes with his iconic blaster, which is very well done in my opinion, especially compared to the Black Series. You can tell they put a lot of time into, you know, the detail in this weapon compared to the Black Series. I mean, it's not perfect, but it has a lot more weathering effect than the Black Series one does. So you have the hints of silver and rust right there. The Black Series one, it's all black and it has the wooden handle right here, but even the wooden handle right here is weathered. So, you know, bravo, Diamond Select, bravo. So let's go ahead and pull the figure forward, get a closer look at him. He is an amazing figure when it comes to sculpt and detail. Bring him a little closer so you can get a closer look at the helmet, torso, and the legs. Look at those gauntlets. Ooh, so beautiful. So beautiful. The jetpack is done very well as well. It is not removable, however, which I kind of do like because it kind of keeps the cape in place. You don't have to mess with it or doing too much about it. And I really like the way they did this cape. It looks very natural. I wish they would have done something like this for the Mandalorian Black Series figure, where it just kind of plugs in right here. I mean, it doesn't plug in right here, you can't unplug it, but if that was, you know, an option so that you can plug it in here and it would stay like this, and then you could put the jetpack there. You know, Hasbro, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but you should be taking notes. So let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. So first and foremost, unlike the Black Series, his targeting visor does come down, which I really like. I really like that. I really wish the Black Series would do that. So looking at his head articulation, he looks all the way to the right, all the way to the left. He can look pretty well down, and he can look that much up. Looking at his arm articulation, it is hindered by his shoulder pads right here, but if you rotate him back like that, you can get him up a little higher. You do have the single hinge elbow joint right there, as you can see, and you do have the rotating wrist and hinge in and out. One thing I do notice about these hands is that I really like them. They fit snug and secure, but they don't, unlike the jetpack burst flame effects, they weren't difficult to remove to the point where you felt like you were going to break them. And they snapped in very easily, and they were very secure and snug. So that's one thing I do really enjoy about this figure. Well, another thing I really do enjoy about this figure. The only gripe is that these cables do unplug, so if you want it perfect, you gotta really mess with it when you move his arm around. That's the one thing I do think Black Series did better, is that they made the cables pretty long, so no matter what position you put his arm in, they stay in, and they don't remove either. They just, you know, mold it into the figure itself. So looking at the waist, you get a little bit of waist rotation, pretty decent ab crunch. There you go, ab crunch. I like how the belt moves so it doesn't get in the way of the legs. And this, ooh, watch, I love this about this figure, because the Black Series figure, no bueno in this area, no bueno. So I am Mexican and I know I butcher that, so I'm sorry, but Look at this. Look, his leg actually goes all the way up. He does have the double hinge knee joint. You can see the 2 holes right there. As far as ankle articulation, goes all the way down like that. Doesn't go too far up, and you do get the you do have a rocker, which is very tight, but once you break that seal, it rocks. Alright, so that's it when it comes to this guy's articulation, but overall I am very happy with it. A lot better than the Black Series figure, a lot more natural movement. So let's go ahead, let's go take some pics of this guy. I can only imagine the cool pics I'm going to take of him right now. Hopefully they come out as I imagine them, and I hope you guys enjoy them, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find more over at CoolFigurez. But before we end this video, guys, I do realize I forgot to compare this guy to the other 2 Black Series Boba Fett's that I have. So why don't we go ahead and do that right now. So I do not have the first version of Boba Fett, but I do have the archive re-release that they re-released about 2 years ago. And he's basically the same figure as the first release. And I just recently got in the carbonized Boba Fett figure, which you will see a review for soon. I'm not quite sure when, because I still have to do the mall Diamond Select, and I did also just get in the Master Chief Spartan collection figure, so I'm super excited about that, as well as starting something new on Fridays with the new Mandalorian season. So I know I haven't mentioned this yet, and I was going to mention this on my Instagram. If you haven't already, please go follow me on CoolFigurez, where I post a lot more on my stories. I post, questions, polls, and stuff from my YouTube and whatnot. But I'm planning on doing a Mando Friday shoot for the release of the new episodes. The shoots will have nothing to do with the episodes because I will be doing the shoots of the day prior to the episode even being released, so I will have no knowledge of the show, but they will just be Mandalorian based photo shoots with my Mandalorian figures, such as Boba Fett, Jango Fett, Mando, I kept Din Djarin, that's his name, Din Djarin, but Mando, the Armorer, the Heavy Infantry Mando, anything that's Mandalorian based, all sorts of Elseworld, expanded universe types of things, I want to do just basically Mandalorian based toy photography on those Fridays for the duration of the Mandalorian season at least. But so going ahead and looking at these guys, as you can see, he does stand way taller than the 2, about a head taller if I'd say so. They're about to his shoulders. But if you look at the detail in his armor, honestly guys, with this comparison, he's making my Black Series Boba Fett look really bad, and I didn't even realize that he looked that bad. I always consider him as a really good figure, but now that I see the comparison in the Diamond Select to him in terms of the detail and the weathering of the uniform, I do see where it lacks. However, it does its job, as well as the carbonized. I do enjoy the carbonized. I mainly bought him for my Boba Fett display because he's a shiny Boba Fett and he just really catches the eye. But so here is the comparison. I do not have the SH Figuarts version. I do not collect those figures, so I do not have that Boba Fett to compare him to these. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much once again for sticking to the end of this video. And once again, if you enjoyed the pics in this video, you can find more over at CoolFigurez. Like I said, I post a lot there. polls and whatnot. And if you did enjoy this video, please remember to hit that like, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you are a subscriber, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video and listening to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it. As always, I am your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.